get a number one. You get a number one. You're all going home with brand new number one issues. What is up, comic book fans? It is Connor Christensen with another week of 5 in 5 for the week of June 6, 2018, where we have an actual metric shit ton of number one new issues coming out this week. Which ones are going to make the list? Will it be Deadpool? Will it be Doctor Strange? I don't know. Let's find out. Alright, kicking off this week's releases, we have Wasted Space number 2, courtesy of Vault Comics, written by Michael Morecki and drawn by Hayden Sherman. Now, like a lot of people, you may be feeling a little bit of Star Wars fatigue, but you also might still want a little bit of sprawling space opera in your life. Look no further than Wasted Space. Wasted Space takes the lively universe and slapstick comedy of, say, Guardians of the Galaxy and mixes it with psychotic adult psychedelic themes of something like Preacher. There's even religious themes like Preacher. Aside from a comical story centered around a space Jesus who doesn't want to be space Jesus, Hayden Sherman's art really reminds me of Frank Miller's Dark Knight Return days, so if you're a fan of that art style, you should definitely check this out because you'll love it. Our number 4 choice this week is Astonishing XMen number 12, written by Charles Soule with art by Akko. The culmination of Charles Soule's last year on the Astonishing X-Men comes to a head this week with Astonishing X-Men number 12. If I'm being honest, I really think this is the most underrated, least talked about X-Men book on shelves right now. The first 6 issues were fantastic, and while these last 6 issues haven't been as good, they've still been some of the strongest X-Men books coming out each month. We should just be talking about this book more. It's awesome. Because of this book, Charles Xavier is now back in the land of the living, simply known as X, after spending untold millennia stuck in the astral plane with Farouk. Unfortunately for everybody on Earth, he's brought back the evil mutant Proteus with him, who wants to dishevel all of reality and take it crumbling to the ground. Now this issue sets up a massive psychic battle between Psylocke, X, and Proteus, but I expect some sort of huge reveal, like, I don't know, maybe X actually taking responsibility for the fact that he's responsible for bringing Proteus back, and he's going to be responsible for bringing reality crumbling to the ground, so he can do the right goddamn thing and just sacrifice himself for the greater good, because that's what Charles Xavier would fucking stand for in the first place. I'm calm. Coming in hot at number 3, we've got Dazzler XSong number 1, written by Magdalene Visaggio with art by Laura Braga. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've never really understood the whole hook of Dazzler. I mean, her powers are interesting, but I don't think they're crazy cool. I've never understood the hype. That being said, Max Visaggio looks like she's about to turn me into a believer with her new story coming out this Wednesday. Is it because Visaggio is one of the best up-and-coming writers in the game right now? Maybe. Is it because the mixture of the grimy music venues and the neon color palette by artist Laura Braga and colorist Rochelle Rosenberg get me excited? Yeah, that's got to do with it. But really, it's the kick-ass premise of this book that's got me excited. After seeing such a horrible incident at her show, Dazzler decides to jump into action. Now, I'm a big fan of the punk and hardcore music scene, and while I do have a great time at all the shows I go to, I can't deny that there is a certain amount of toxicity within the culture that needs to be addressed. So I'm super excited that somebody like Visaggio is taking a book like this to address the toxicity of the subculture. Because if you're in the subculture, you know you have a great time, but if you've ever experienced this toxicity, it'll completely shut you off from an otherwise amazing little culture of people that like some really angry music. So I can't wait to see what Visaggio does. Dazzler XSong should be rad. And our number 2 choice for the week is Justice League number 1, written by the legend himself, Scott Snyder, with art by Jim Chung. Now, I actually kind of thought about letting this number 1 slide. It's not that I dislike the Justice League, I'm just not a huge Justice League fan, and while I did enjoy No Justice, it didn't do that much to excite me about a new Justice League book. But then you tell me Scott Snyder's writing a book, and you can bet your gosh darned bottom dollar we gon' talk about it. I don't know where that voice came from, but it happened, and I'm glad it did. The mainstays are all here for this one. Bats, Supes, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Cyborg, The Flash, hell, even Aquaman. The newcomers, however, not necessarily newcomers, but just less mainstay characters, are Martian Manhunter and Hawkgirl. I love Scott Snyder's run on Batman in the New 52. I really enjoyed All-Star Batman, and I loved Metal. But I'm actually most excited to see Scott Snyder take on Martian Manhunter. I mean, what he was best at was taking Bruce Wayne and making Bruce Wayne's mind his best weapon. Imagine what he can do with the mind of Martian Manhunter. It should be awesome. But it's Justice League number 1. It's written by Scott Snyder. It's a no-brainer. You gotta read it. Alright, and our number 1 release for the week. It's not Deadpool number 1. It's not Doctor Strange number 1. It is Immortal Hulk #1, written by Al Ewing with art by Joe Bennett. Yeah, there's sort of 3 Hulks running around the Marvel Universe right now, if you count Weapon H. But this isn't some knockoff. This isn't some super crazy smart kid named Amadeus. This is the Hulk, Bruce Banner, back in his own ongoing title. Early reactions to this book have been stellar, specifically praising Ewing's werewolf-esque take on the character that allows him to really examine the relationship between Bruce Banner and the Hulk and the monster the Hulk really is. Bruce has basically lost control of the Hulk. There's nothing he can do to stop the Hulk from coming out. No matter what, at night, the Hulk is going to come out and Bruce Banner can't do anything to stop it, not even putting a bullet in his brain. If he puts a bullet in his brain, the Hulk is just going to claw his way out of the coffin and spit the bullet right back out. While the other 2 #1s from Marvel this week kind of missed the mark with the whole fresh start angle, this one definitely hits the mark because it is truly a fresh start for the Hulk with a completely fresh take on the character that will probably genuinely scare most readers. You gotta pick it up. Alright, and that'll do it for 5 in 5 for the week of June 6, 2018. Hope I surprised some of you by not choosing Deadpool. If you've been watching, you know me, you know I'm a bit of a Deadpool guy. But I had to give shouts outs to all the books this week, and trust me, the 5 we picked are stellar. As always, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and show all your friends. Tweet it out on Twitter, tag the creators, let them know that I'm showing them some love. And check back to adventuresinpoortaste.com on Wednesday for reviews of all these books and all the comics and nerdy news that you could need. Until next week, I'll see you guys.